Tom Foster is with us. He's written a book called Sanu'te Chronicle, and this is the first of 5 fantasy books. Imagine he's really delved into this world, and we're going to talk about his character, and is she a hero or is she a villain? There's some really interesting intrigue that goes on in this world. Tom, thanks for coming on.
Oh, thank you for having me.
So let's go back to the beginning of this. What made you decide that, well, one, obviously you have an interest in fantasy and you like it, but what made you decide that you were going to become a writer of fantasy?
Oh, geez. I've been writing on and off since I was in the 3rd grade, and finally at the age of 25, I got a half-hour ear-blistering lecture from my sister after she got a hold of one of my scripts, and that kind of decided it.
So when she told you she liked it, you were like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, she had a funny way of telling me she liked it, because I was like, why aren't you doing this? Why don't you do this for later? I mean, just a half hour of that, and I was like, okay, I get it. I'll start writing.
So you start writing, and then you come up with this world. Tell us about the book, and tell us about this series of fantasy books and what you can expect and what it's like.
Well, the fun thing about Sanu'te is you don't really know if she's a hero, is she a villain, or is she just somebody that's really upset at the people that betrayed her. And that was the main goal of this. I didn't want her to be a straight-up bad guy or a shining knight in shining armor. I just wanted it to be a story that could be told that people would latch onto and enjoy.
Yeah. So tell us more about what she encounters. What happens in Sanu'te Chronicle?
Well, Sanu'te starts. She's a young girl that's taken in by a, for lack of a better word, a good order. Basically, knights, priests, clerics. She's turned into a weapon that does their dirty work. She's considered unclean. She's from the desert tribe. She's basically a cast-off.
Wow.
And found useful. Yeah, and so they basically turned her into a weapon, and then later on, because of a prophecy that scared the Grand Master, they decided to cut her loose.
Was it fun for you to write about this, to flush that character out and deal with the Grand Master and other characters in the book?
After a while, because the only reason it came along is because I had a copy of Elminster Goes to Hell thrust in my face by an old friend and said, while he was saying that was kind of an odd motivation to get started. But once I got into her, I started enjoying the character, started to flesh her out and make her walk, run, swing a sword, and, just general mayhem.
How good is she with the sword?
She's actually the best in her order. She doesn't have a lot of equals. She's a smaller woman, so she doesn't have size or strength on her side, but she has speed, experience, and she's vicious.
What made you decide to take in this book? What made you decide to create Sanu'te and go through her travels? Why a woman hero or villain?
We always see like the big barbarians, the big knights, the big men. They're coming, they're basically tear everybody up in the fantasy stories. And then we see the smaller, the light, bad guys. We see all these different types of tropes and stereotypes that they're fun to read and fun to watch. It's just, what if you take the two and combine them and see what you get? That was my main thought in that one.
Yeah. What if your friends and family said about your writing? Because now, this isn't just a paper. These are books.
My family is really... can't talk, sorry. Still waking up. But my family supports me all the way. My dad wishes he would have got me into writing a long time ago. That's what he says all the time. As far as my sister, she still reads whatever I give her, and she's laid off on the lectures finally.
That's nice to have that family support. Where will you go from here? What happens next? I mean, first of 5 fantasy books, what's next in the steps that you're taking?
Well, Parchment Global is going to be publishing these 5, and I have started writing another series of Sanu'te. Since I've done the Chronicles, now I want to move on to the Legends. That's kind of a rough go, because I have to find apart from finding the time, that's what I want to do with it, to keep building this world, do different quests, different characters, and just kind of flesh it out a little more.
What do you hope people take away from reading Sanu'te Chronicle? What do you hope they take away from all of these books that you put together, which you'll be able to get on Amazon and Barnes & Noble?
The fact that this is a living, breathing world, and it has so many different characters to it. There's, something for everybody to kind of identify with. It's not just the epic quest. There are actual characters in this story that could spin off from the main series and be their own people. Some people might be goofy, some people might be evil. Basically, something for everyone.
I like that. There's something for everyone. Tom, thank you so much, and good luck with Legends after all of this comes out. And this character is so fascinating. Thank you.
Thank you.